Hi, I'm Aurelie. I am 25 years old and I am currently almost 6 months into the FEM method. What led me to use this method is after years and years on birth control, different types, I felt my body is not in a healthy state and kind of numb in a way. So I decided to transition off of it. And on the first month that I started the FEM method, I was absolutely shocked by what my body and me can accomplish when we work together and not against each other. So therefore, I'm a very strong believer, and I highly recommend to use this method. I think it's something mandatory that every woman at every stage in her life needs to know. It's almost like, I don't know, like breathing. So yeah. Oh, wow. So I was really suffering. I've been on that point for almost 2 years on birth control after I have tried about 5 types of birth control, and I thought this was compatible. But I was feeling very disconnected. I was feeling like uh, tired, unfocused, low libido. Everything in my body kind of felt off, to be honest. And then I decided, and more than that, I actually felt like my yoni at one point is begging me to stop choking her with poison. It was really quite profound. And I was really nervous to go off of it because I was in a relationship, because I was scared of getting pregnant and whatnot. And I kind of like didn't even trust my body to fall back into order. This entire transition period was shocking to me. I never thought that in 32 days I could regulate my body again. But it was almost like the second I stopped the pill, my yoni was like, oh, now you're listening. So she was willing to cooperate. It was great. It was great. I'm still so proud of myself. It was the most like fulfilling thing to know that I can do this just by like literally meditating with my yoni and laying off certain food. What? And it just like it made it happen. It was amazing. Honestly, I love this method. I love this method because I am much more connected to my yoni. I'm much more connected to the mucus that is coming out, and I celebrate the different phases now. I really do, and it's great. It's absolutely great because I see also under different, if for example I was love making a few days before my period, I also see how she reacts to it compared to if I was making love in the very early stages of my cycle. And before, I used to think that it was something within me that was like wrong or different, that it keeps changing, that like the contrast sometimes between them. But then I realized, no, she's just doing her thing. She's just changing and evolving, and obviously it will feel different at every single point. So I kind of let go of this idea of being this static, balanced, perfect woman, and instead embraced this beautiful flow of emotions and feelings and actually maximize them. So I really enjoy now the week before my period. I almost treat it like a holy week. This is like the best excuse for me to pay attention to myself more. And I don't know, like I feel like as women, we don't do that enough at all. So this is quite a gift. Yes, 100%. 100%. Because, it's so beautiful to be able to like celebrate ovulation with your partner. It is. It is beautiful to share those little things. Like if my breasts become a bit more swollen if if I start to feel more sexual, and it's great. It's absolutely great. And it's also amazing in the way that if my body doesn't feel like it, then it is totally understandable, because my partner is in this with me. And the fact that I don't have to be constantly petrified over getting pregnant, because before I had no idea actually when can I get pregnant, how and why. So the fact that I have a better realization makes my lovemaking better, because I'm more free in my mind. I'm less scared. I am not, So as I said, like, knowing where you stand is amazing, is amazing. And I'll be even more honest, the fact that I invest so much thought and energy into my yoni brings awareness into her, which kind of like hyper the sensations I feel as I do lovemaking. So having like this moment, of before I even enter this process of just like checking up on her and asking, hey, how are you doing, girl? How are we feeling? Are we down for this or not? This is like, it's a huge deal.
Amazing. Amazing. Such a beautiful point. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, with pleasure, literally. Wow, that's creating harmony with your body, liberating yourself, liberating your body from fear, from drugs, from the need to use them, and creating actual communication with the whole womb and yoni. This is probably the most revolutionary thing. I mean, it touches on so many aspects in my life right now. Not having to use a condom in certain times. That's a pretty big perk. Hey, it's a pretty big perk. Not having to mess with your hormones, and not having to put a rubber, and still being safe, just because you know your body well enough. That is magic right there. So there you go. Yeah. Safe, aware, attentive.
What was that last one?
Attentive. I'm much more attentive, yeah. And embracing.
Beautiful.
Embracing, yeah. Oh, okay. First of all, Jaime, you as a facilitator, as is, I think that you give that extra touch to it, that you give that extra awareness, extra understanding, but at the same time, you are extremely professional. So if I had to recommend to somebody, I say it's a no-brainer. It's just like, do it. Do it, do it, do it. I told you this before, and I'll say it again. I am almost embarrassed that it took me 25 years to reach to the point of learning this knowledge, right? This is like something that every single woman should have for her own sake, for her own selfish interest. So I cannot like recommend enough to just go ahead. And for me, when I first like got introduced to you, we knew each other maybe here and there, but it was the absolute passion that you had, towards me accomplishing my goals, and in every single moment you did it with kind of like reminding me to be compassionate towards my body. So you were really embodying the method and sharing it in not just like dry details, but kind of like helping for me to understand the mindset that I'm entering into. So yeah, go to Jaime.
Thank you, my love.